Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another review. This is not a Christmas movie. This is a random review of the 30th anniversary special, celebration of the 1991 Beauty and the Beast movie. Yes, this counts because it was a live performance with the footage from the animated movie, and it took my breath away. I mean, yeah, I wish Disney had done this a lot sooner. I mean, Angela Lansbury just passed away a few months ago, and I miss her dearly. They did a nice, beautiful, beloved tribute to her in the Beauty and the Beast song. It made me cry like a bitch. Took a lot out of me. I'll never forget it. They had her was a great belle. Her voice is fantastic, and there's a reason why I like this more than the remake because it had heart. It's not just doing the same beats, beat for beat. It does a lot of the stuff that they did in the movie in the animated version, but it's not longer. They don't pad it out. And also the live actors look great in front of the camera. They're not surrounded by CGI. It's mostly just real sets, animation boards. You have the people in costumes. You have people with gloves and hats and makeup and elaborate, ensembles. It's fantastic. Like, it looks like the Broadway show. And I felt it. It was there. I can see it. It wasn't CGI garbage like the remake was, or Avatar 2, which just came out, and I'm not reviewing it. The rest of the cast did great. You had Martin Short as Lumiere. Yeah, this black guy, I forgot his name. I can't say his name right now, but he played Gaston. He stole the show. He was a great Gaston. You had, David Ogden Stiers as Cogsworth, and Rita Moreno was the narrator. Shania Twain did a great job as Mrs. Potts, singing fantastic. Some little black kid played Chip. He was cute, but he was underused. That was one thing I didn't like, that he was underused because he doesn't have any songs in the movie. And also the red lighting that they did for the rose, I thought it was a little much. Like, I don't like red lighting generally because it looks like the Virtual Boy. They put the spotlight of red lights on top of these guys and they're moving like this. The movement is fantastic. That's not the problem. The choreography is great in the show, but that red lighting, I'm never gonna get used to it. I just think it looks terrible. But other than that, I think it's really well done. If you've never seen this, it's gonna be on Disney Plus today. By 3 o'clock in the morning, you can stream it. It's worth a watch. I got emotional. I love this 1991 version because I grew up with it as a kid. It's still got the amazing animation. It's still got the voice actors I miss so dearly, the ones that just passed away. I still love these characters. I still love the tone of it. It has color. They didn't sap all the color out like they did in the 2017 version. And like I said, the songs were sung beautifully by the cast. Be Our Guest, and Little Town, and I didn't see it there before, and all even Evermore, the only good song in the remake that they added was in this version. Josh Groban sang it beautifully with some heart and some passion, and he was in the Beast costume the whole time until like near the third act, and they did a great rendition. The costumes were great. It's a loving tribute to one of the greatest Disney Renaissance films of all time. There's a reason why the remake, while it made more money, it didn't have the heart or the passion of the 1991 version. And Walt Disney wanted to make that movie before he died, but he never got the chance. Instead, other animators had to do it for him in the late 80s, early 90s, and they made his dream come true. And this is the only animated movie, hand-drawn, that got an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. Avatar ain't gonna get that. All it is a bunch of blue CGI cats in water. Whoop the freaking do. I saw that in the first movie with the floating mountains in the first film. This is the kind of stuff that I like to see. Live professional theater, people elaborating, doing it similar, but it's not a carbon copy. Because with the remake, it was like they're doing the exact same songs, singing the exact same notes, saying the exact same dialogue, moving in the exact same the exact same ways. And they're wearing the same costumes. And some of them didn't even look good. And they had to put a gay agenda in the movie. Yeah, LeFou was always like a flamboyant character. But in the remake, it's too much. He has to rub all over Gaston and then dance with a guy at the end. That was stupid. And also, the LeFou here was fine. It didn't bother me. I mean, compared to the all the gay stuff Disney did this year, this was not a thing that bothered me. Because compared to other movies where they had to shove it in your face, and you know what movies they are. I don't have to repeat myself. It wasn't in my face here. The dancing and the singing was amazing. There was a scene where, when Be Our Guest, there were a bunch of red hands, gloved hands coming out of the tables and moving the sets, moving the objects. It looked amazing. If that was done now, it would be just a computer generated image. I like to see things done practically every now and then. Not everything needs to look like a freaking video game or motion capture. It was fine when they did it in Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or freaking the Star Wars movies. Well, in Mandalorian. I'm not going to say in Star Wars movies. Or when they did it in Harry Potter with Dobby and such. But when they do it now, it's like it looks like a video game. It just looks fake to me. Or when they did it in She-Hulk, it looks fake. It looks really, really cheap. This didn't look cheap. This is actual people on set, real a live crowd, so they're not doing it in front of nobody. They were clapping. They did a standing ovation for most of the songs. And like I said, the singing and the dancing is fantastic. If you loved Hamilton or the remake or that Annie Live that they did last year, you're going to love this. And having the original footage definitely complements it, because they did this with Little Mermaid a few years ago. And like I said, you don't need to copy. They made Belle Black and the world didn't end. See, Josh, it can be done. So let us say it, so let it be done. Just don't preach about it. Just do this, do it right. Homage, don't freaking rip off, and don't steal. Because that's what Disney was doing for the past 10 years. Let's just take something that was a cartoon that's a classic, make it 20 minutes or 30 minutes longer, which for no reason, Mulan, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and I guarantee you Little Mermaid's going to be about 2 hours. And it's going to be a bunch of CGI. I don't want to see that. I've seen it in enough Marvel movies. I've seen it in enough DC movies. I've seen it in enough freaking comedies and animated films. I don't need to see it in everything. Joker had no CGI in it. None. There's not one CGI image in the movie where that's like, oh, that looks fake. The Batman had it, but only in the third act. Most of the film is done in location with real people on camera, and you can see them, you can feel them, you can experience it. With looking at a CGI water, I'm like, I could look at water outside my window. I don't need to see it in a movie. This is done with real people, and I appreciate the effort. Disney finally hit a home run after so many swing and a miss since January. And I needed this after the rough year that I had, guys. I love theater. I'm a musical theater nut. I go to the theater every chance I get, and I love it. It's in my blood. And I love this kind of stuff. This is what I wish Disney would do instead of just redoing the same freaking movies. Do a live version with real actors portraying the characters and have the love and respect and passion for the original, and you'll get my vote. But if you keep redoing things and preaching and being greedy, you're going to fail. That's why this didn't fail. And I love that I watched it with my family. We had a good time. I cried, which I don't do a lot in Disney anymore. Last thing that made me cry was Pinocchio. Everybody hated it, and I was one of the few people that third act just wrecked me. Because I'm emotional. I'm human. I'm not a robot. I'm not programmed. This is me. I know you can barely see me because I barely have electricity here, but this is the real me, guys. I'm not hiding behind a shadow. Anyway, thanks for watching this long video. Well, this is almost 10 minutes. Peace out. My next review will probably be a Christmas movie, one more. And then next week I got more podcasts. And then we're going to end the year on a high note with some bubbly and my DVD and Blu-ray update for the year. So stay tuned for all that, and see you later.